What's up, sixth grade? Today we're going to have a writing mini lesson on tense and sensory description. These two skills are going to help you writing the essay that we're writing at the end of the week in English class this week. First of all, tense. What is tense? Tense is when the story or article that you're reading takes place. Did it happen in the present, the past, or the future? So here are examples of one sentence with the same action in two different tenses. I drove to the market. That happened in the past. That already happened. I already drove there. But I am driving to the market means that I'm doing it right now. I'm in the car as I'm writing this. So there's the difference between past and present. Those are the two tenses we're going to focus on today. Let's not worry about future for now because you don't see that very often in writing. So first, past tense. Past tense is the most commonly used tense in writing. So when you're reading something, whether it's a story or an article, it's usually talking about something that's already happened. The past tense indicates that the action has already taken place. It happened in the past, and now we're talking about it. When you tell stories with your friends, you're talking about things that already happened to you, and you're relating them in the past tense. Here's some clues to figure out whether a sentence is in the past tense. If the verbs in a sentence end in ed, such as right here, he moved to Houston, that's usually going to indicate that the sentence is in the past tense because that means the verb is in the past tense as well. Also, the use of was or were shows that it's in the past tense. So, I was, they were, she was, he was. All of that means that it's happening some time ago. So this sentence down here, this example, I was not impressed with her dance moves, shows me that she was dancing sometime in the past, and I wasn't impressed with it. The present tense isn't used quite as much in writing, but you're still going to run into it. The present tense indicates that the action is happening right now. So like I am driving to the store, I was driving to the store right when I wrote that. So it was in the present tense. Here's some clues to help you. Verbs ending in ing. So driving, talking, walking. Any of those, that's usually going to indicate present tense if that is the main verb. Here's an example. I walked in the past tense becomes I am walking in the present tense. So the verb takes on that ing, and then it also takes the am, or the are, or the is. So, therefore, am, are, and is are further clues that you're in the present. Here's some examples. He is moving to Houston. Verb ending in ing. You got am, are, is right there. Present tense. I am not impressed by his dance moves. That means he's dancing right now. I'm not impressed. I don't like it. All right. Now it's your turn. Here's what you're going to do. Look down at part 1 in your packet. The directions say indicate the tense of each sentence by circling past or present. So you're going to decide whether each of these sentences, there are 5 of them, are in the past tense or the present tense. Do not move to the next slide until you've circled a tense for each sentence. Go. All right. Now we're going to be talking about sensory description. We talked about this a little bit in class today when we were talking about the setting of Billy Joe's house. It was dusty. It was gross, right? So, we're going to describe some more things. Some things that we see in pictures and in our imagination. Sensory description is just a fancy word for me that means using your 5 senses to describe something. So your 5 senses are sight, smell, sound, taste, and touch. So we want to describe how a place looks, sounds, feels, smells, and tastes. Let's give it a little try. Here, I've got a picture of a forest. Now I'm going to describe this forest using 4 sensory details. The forest looked gloomy. The forest was full of animal noises. So first I have sight, then I have sound. It smelled rotten and decayed. I've got smell, and the forest felt wet and humid. So there's feeling. So I'm using 4 out of 5 senses to describe this forest. So if I'm writing this down, it's going to give the reader a much better picture of what the forest is like. Now it's your turn. You have this picture on your paper. It's also up here. You're going to describe this room just like I described the forest, using 4 sense sentences in the past tense. It needs to be in the past tense. So that means you're using verbs that end in ed, or the verbs was, is, or was, were, anything like that. Do not skip this slide until you've written all 4 sentences on your paper. Go. All right, great job. Now it gets a little harder. You don't have a picture to draw from. You're going to be thinking about your own bedroom, your bedroom at home. And using 4 sentences, you're going to describe your bedroom. You're going to do this in the present tense. So you're going to say it looks, it sounds, it smells, it feels. You're writing 4 complete sentences. Do not skip this slide until that is done on your paper. Great job, 6th grade. You're all done for today. Have a great math intervention.